Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So we've been crushing the hell out of the books in August, and then yesterday they finally got us. So they took back 2 units yesterday. It was a 3 and 4 day, and it broke our 10-day winning streak. I've been giving you guys plays for years. I have actually gave you guys 2 plays yesterday. One of them won, and the other one lost. I'm going to give you guys 3 different plays, and then I'm going to talk about 4 different games that I'm looking at. Do not quote me on these games. I'm not verified exactly how I'm going to play those games, or if I'm going to play them at all. Somebody in the comments was saying that, sometimes they take picks just because I talk about them. If I don't say specifically don't take them, if you're not paying attention, that's just not on me. Just pay attention to what I'm saying, like if I'm going to go with this, or this is iffy and stuff like that. Okay, so again, I have 3 different plays I'm going to walk through, and then I'm going to talk about 4 different games that I'm looking at, which are not confirmed yet. So before I get right into it, guys, let me just break down. It was a 3 and 4 day yesterday. It broke our 10-day winning streak. I did give away 1 free winner and 1 loser yesterday, so that brings our record on the free picks to 14 and 4 in the last 6 games. I did talk about the Rays and the Orioles under no run first inning. I explained that in detail, and that actually hit. And then the Pirates, I don't know what the hell happened to them. They just shit the bed and completely lost the game. So they're supposed to be, they came up as a play today again, but I'm going to be very iffy on that. I'm going to show you a quick breakdown of what I'm looking at, but it's one of those games that just doesn't make sense. And again, it didn't make sense yesterday. I should have just stayed away. And actually, it didn't make sense yesterday. It was a lot of contradictions, and I still went with it, and they lost. So just be careful with this one if you take the Pirates today. Here's the stuff that I'm going to be going over with right here is 2 batter props, some pitching stuff, and then a no-run first inning. One of the first things I look at every single morning now is this best and worst teams. It's on the sharp edge. This part right here, this page specifically is free. If you click on the 3rd link in the description, it'll take you to this page. You don't even have to put in an email or a phone number or nothing. And you'll be able to get this page, make sure you bookmark it, and then just refresh it every morning, and you'll see what I'm looking at here. And I just keep updating it. Like for today, for example, it's a lot cleaner, and then I'm going to show you what I added. Okay, so basically, right here is the best teams. It's just the Mets, the Rays, the Cubs, the Padres, and the Brewers. These are the top 5 teams as far as the last 14 days are concerned. So now what I did is I actually cleaned this up. Before, this was saying the number 1 worst team, but that just didn't make sense. So I just literally put the rank. This is the 30th worst team. This is literally the worst team, number 30. Number 29 is the 2nd worst. 28th is the 3rd worst. 27 is the 4th worst, and then 26 is the 5th worst team. So literally Mariners, Pirates, Athletics, Giants, and Guardians are the worst teams in baseball right now as far as the last 14 days. Now that's just the overall record, but why does this matter? So the reason this matters is the way I look at this is I want to take, so in today's case, you can see the Phillies are actually number 6, and they're going against the Marlins, which is number 21. You got the Brewers number 5, and then you got the Mariners number 26. And then you got the Braves number 10 and the Twins number 25. So you can see there's a 15 rank solid edge. This is a 21 major mismatch. And then this one has a solid edge just based on the current records as far as the last 14 days go. On top of that, I added the projected score. You can see the projected score right here. It does say Phillies should be winning. Brewers should be winning. And then the Atlanta Braves should be winning just on the projected scores. Now, don't take those teams just blindly like that, okay? Make sure you do your research. I actually don't like the Phillies today. The Brewers are overpriced, and then the Braves have been a little bit iffy as hell. So I'm not taking any of those games, but it is good to know. It's just one other thing that points us in the direction of where we should be looking. All right, so for the first play, guys, I'm going to go with Chandler Simpson right here. You can see right here in the last 10 games, he's got a 90% hit rate. Some of these games, he's got more than 1 hit. Overall, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games with multiple hits. Especially in the last 5 games, he's been red hot. Over here versus Toronto, he's hitting 86% hit rate. On the road, he's hitting 30% hit rate. Against this pitcher, he's gone up to him against him 5 times, and he's got 2 hits with a 400 batting average against this pitcher. So the first play I'm giving you guys is Chandler Simpson from Tampa Bay Rays to get 1 hit. Next one is going to be Alec Bohm from the Phillies. You can see over here on the road, he's hitting at about a 30% hit rate. This is above average. That's why it's green. Against Miami, he's hitting at an 80% hit rate. Against Gibson, he doesn't have any stats against Gibson directly. Gibson is somewhat of a decent pitcher with a 3.7 ERA. but the overall analysis does say that this guy should be getting a hit. We took him yesterday in the VIP, and he got a hit. Also, you can see two games ago, he actually got 2 hits. 3 games ago, he got 5 hits, which is almost unheard of. He went 5 for 5 on that game 3 days ago. The overall picture, he does get multiple hits per game, especially in the last like 6-7 games. And he does come up to bat a lot. You can see he comes up to bat 5 times, 5 times, 4 times, 4 times. So he does come up to bat a lot. He's already got all the numbers here. Everything is making sense why this guy should be getting a hit today. So the second play I'm giving you guys is Alec Bohm from the Phillies to get 1 hit. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like about today's slate. So most of these plays are actually props. Some of these are stolen bases. Some of these are 1 hits. I just gave you 2 of them. And then under stolen bases and things like that. So these are all batter props in baseball. However, like I said, I'm going to talk about the 4 games that I do that I'm actually considering. But again, you might want to stay away from them. I have not done the research on it. I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm looking at. If you want access to all these plays that I already have and whatever I come up with the rest of the day, go to check out the link in the description, click on free picks. Also, if you want to check us out for the VIP and give us a chance, you can go for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. So make sure to check out the link in the description. Here's the biggest mismatches of the day. You got the Phillies over here with Wheeler. He's going against Gibson. You can see the FIP, the strikeout, the base on balls. He's got the edge over here for Phillies. Also, Griffin, Cleveland, I did show you both of these teams sucks. They're literally the worst, number 30 and number 29. However, Griffin does have edge for today. I'm not trusting that game. Everything is aligning towards the Guardians, but I'm not touching it. I just don't trust the Guardians at all. And they're, like I said, they're both very sorry teams right now. Then we got Suarez over here for Boston Red Sox, and he's going against Kelly. And actually, Kelly showed up for Arizona as far as the entire team for Arizona to win today. But I'm going to be probably skipping on this, especially with being with Suarez. Boston, I will tell you, has been declining. They were very decent about a couple of weeks ago, and they've just been losing a lot of games. So Suarez is a lot better than Kelly. That's one of the major reasons I'm more than likely staying away from the Diamondbacks, unless I'm going to take them as underdogs at a +1.5 or something like that. Anyways, these 3 games are where the edge lies as far as the pitching. Wheeler, Griffin, and Suarez. I have one more play to talk through, which is going to be the no-run first inning. I'm going to break it down pretty quick. Let me talk about a couple of more things, and then I'm going to talk about the games that I'm actually going to consider. Do not quote me on these games. They're not confirmed yet. Also, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you like the way I break things down. Let me know if you've been following me for any amount of time. I've been giving out free picks for years. Make sure to subscribe. All right, one thing I will mention, though, is that under the Sharp Edge, if you want access to this tool, which I'm going to show you the games very quickly, but if you want access to this tool, you get 7 days for free. So check out the link in the description for that. Now, this is actually the VIP verdict, which is the Sharp Edge VIP. What this is 4 hours of research in 15 minutes. So if you come in here, you don't even have to do really the research because it's already done for you. So you can come in here and say the Sharp Edge verdict, the 1-hitters, the convergence screen, the spreads verdict, the line movement snapshot, and then the expert plays consensus. And then right below us is going to be my plays. So basically everything that is like looking extremely good, this is where I go to every single morning. And then from here is where I actually get, I would say 90% of my picks come from this page directly. So again, you would be looking at exactly what I'm looking at every morning. If you want access to this, it's going to be in the pinned comments. One thing I will note is that this price is going to go up once we have about 14 more people, 14 more slots available. Once those 14 slots are done, the price will be going up. Right now, it's under like a founder pricing, which is 35% off. Again, make sure you check out the pinned comments for this VIP verdict page for the Sharp Edge. Let me give you the no-run first inning, and then, like I said, I'll talk about the 4 games that I'm looking at. So right here today, I'm looking at Seattle Mariners versus the Brewers. You can see what we want right here is very strong pitching. So the FIP and the ERA are decent for both pitchers over here. Also, this dude has two games in a row where he has not allowed a run in the first inning, which is nothing, but it's something to look at. One thing I don't like about this is that this guy, Bryce Miller, in this park, he's gotten hit 64% hit rate, meaning that 46% has gotten a run in the first inning, which is a negative sign. However, that's kind of negated a little bit because Milwaukee kind of sucks overall as far as against him. You can see Bryce Terang, Chirijo, Bowers, They don't suck, but in the first, to specifically get runs in the first inning, they are somewhat decent, ranked number 10. In the last 3, they haven't gotten any runs in the first inning. And then the overall season, they are hitting at a 72% hit rate. However, I'm putting a lot of weight into that they've seen this guy and they don't get hits. On top of that, this dude is very decent with the FIP and the ERA, and overall defense is good. Now, if we look at the other side, there's no data available no prior matchups for Seattle. So Seattle, the top 3 batters, there's no data. There is a big risk right here with the rank is 13th. In the last 3 games, they got 67% hit rate. And then in the no-run first inning overall, they have hit 71% of the time. However, they're going against Kyle Harrison. Again, look at this 3.37 ERA is very decent. And then he's hitting at an 80% hit rate. So I'm putting a lot of trust in both of these pitchers. And that's basically what the no-run first inning is. The biggest risk right here is in the last 3 games, these guys have allowed or have gotten runs in the first inning twice. Having said all that, guys, I am taking Seattle and the Brewers on the no-run first inning. So the Pirates, I'm looking at to win the game. I'm looking at the Dodgers and the Rockies on the over. You can see how high the projected scores are just right there. That's already let's say a 7 and a 5. That's already 13. And the current line is 11.5. I am looking at the Brewers as well, but like I said, they are super expensive at a 152 for being a tight game. Now, the last game I'm looking at here is the Braves. This one I will say more than likely I'm just going to skip this. They do have a 55% chance to win this game. However, there's a lot of contradictions. There's a lot of negative stuff about this game. And to top it off, they have a 45% chance of rain. So there it is, guys. I gave you 3 different plays. It's going to be Seattle and Brewers, no run first inning, and the 2 batter props to get 1 hit. Please make sure to take advantage of, make sure to subscribe, make sure to click on free picks. That way you get alerted whenever I post these free picks. You would get a text alert and an email alert. You can say you don't want text alerts or just email, whatever you want to do right there. Also, if you want to check us out for the VIP, those links in the description. And then if you want access to the Sharp Edge tool, it's 7 days for free. And if you want the VIP, we have a 35% off for the VIP Sharp Edge for the next 14 people only. All right, guys, let's keep making this money. Please make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Let's have a great day.